everybody, I'm Natalie Cutler-Welsh. My business is called Go-To Girl Social Media and Networking. And today I'm going to share with you my 5 secrets to social media success. So this is a bit of a PowerPoint that I'll be doing some voiceover, bit of a mini webinar for you so that you can take some things on board and then take action. So I'm all about learning, but I'm also about taking action on that learning. So at the end of it, I will ask you to write down 3 action steps of things you're actually going to do to grow your business, because I'm all about helping people to have more fun and flow in their business. So enjoy the 5 secrets to social media success. Hey everybody, Natalie Cutler-Welsh here from Go-To Girl. Go-To Girl is all about helping women entrepreneurs to have more fun and flow in their business. And I'm talking about fun and also cash flow, as well as ease and grace flow, so that you can have more fun and be less stressed. So today I'm going to teach you 5 secrets to social media success. For those of you that don't know Go-To Girl, I'm a social media coach, a networking connector. I love nothing more than introducing people who should know each other for mutual benefit. And I do that all the time. I'm also an author and a blogger, as well as a podcaster. So if you have not listened to any of my almost 100 episodes, you can check that out on iTunes, Go-To Girl Podcast. And I'm all about coaching and connecting women entrepreneurs by making social media and networking easy, fun, and fabulous. So as well as the business, I've also got 3 kids and a lovely husband, and he's like my support behind the business, which is great. He helps me with some of the techie stuff, as well as some of the cooking and cleaning, which is great. So I'm, like many of you, I am also juggling the mother load. Okay, so social media. First of all, I just want to set a few things straight before we dive into the 5 secrets. Social media is like a golden retriever puppy. Okay, it's exciting and exhausting. It's super fun and totally overwhelming. So one of the first things we need to get straight is who is your target audience and where are they hanging out. So you need to be on 2 to 3 social media platforms where your people are. You do not need to be everywhere, but you need to be where your people are. So let's get into secret number 1, which is know your so that. This is kind of like knowing your why. It really comes down to know why you're doing your business and what you're trying to achieve in the first place. So before you get all caught up in your to-do list and social media and Facebook and all that, I really invite you to ask yourself, like, what am I trying to achieve? What is my so that? So why are you on social media? What is your goal? I asked this question actually of one of the ladies in my influencers group just the other day, and here's what she said. By the end of this year, I want to have 1,000 people on my list and 25 members of Team Run for Your Life, which is great. So she set some numerical goals. And then I went on and I said, well, but what's your so that for these people? What is so that what? You want to have 1,000 people on your list, so that what? What are you trying to achieve? And she said, it's more than about the numbers. I want to inspire and motivate other women who have low self-esteem, low fitness, and low confidence to take back that power through running. I want to help other women to change their lives because I know it is possible if you know how to do it. So I was like, that's the gold. That's what I'm talking about. So I think before we get into the social media stuff, it's so important to ask yourself, what is your so that for your clients or your why? Okay, so if you're listening to this you by yourself, then go ahead and write something down. If you're listening to it as a group, you can type something in the chat box. So just write a little note to yourself. What is your so that? Like, what are you trying to achieve for your clients? So that what? So here's an example from me. Here's my so that for my clients. So that they can have support, connections, fun, and flow in their business. And I often talk about the 3 C's. I want them to have clarity around what they're doing. I want to have them to have confidence about what they're doing. And I want them to have more clients or customers. So that's really, for me, my so that is so that these girls have the 3 C's. And these are some of the ladies in my mastermind group. So the next question is, what is your so that for you? So behind your money goals and behind your goals of how many, things you want to sell or people you want to get signed up to your workshop or whatever, what are you really trying to achieve? So again, I invite yourself to revisit the reason you're doing it in the first place. What are you trying to create for yourself? So what is your so that for you? So the picture that you can see is actually my dream board, my vision board. It's what I've got behind me right now in my office. And off to the side, you can see my calendar where I plan everything. But in addition to planning, having a vision of where you want to go and what you want to have, what you want to do, what you want to be, what you want to create in your life is really, really important. So that's really part of the picture. So for me, I'm doing all this so that I can help women entrepreneurs, of course, but also for me, so that I can have fun times with my family, so that Ruby, my daughter, who's 9, can have piano lessons, so we can travel to Canada, where I'm originally from, see where the house where I grew up in. So it all comes back to partly lifestyle, also for me, so that I can donate money to causes that I believe in. That's so important to me. Okay, so I hope you get that. So tip number 1 is really to revisit your so that. Secret number 2 is all about the give, give, get. So what I encourage you to do in your social media, as well as in your life, is to make sure you're doing a balance of giving as well as getting something back in return. Okay, so on social media, on your Facebook page, on Instagram, wherever you are, on Twitter, wherever you are, in private Facebook groups, I want you to be helpful and friendly. That's the give part. Be helpful, showcase your expertise, go out there, give people advice on stuff, put a helpful link to a YouTube video or a blog that you wrote or somebody else wrote. Be helpful and friendly, okay? But you also want to make sure that you get something back in return. Sometimes I do Facebook reviews for some of my clients, and I will scroll through their newsfeed and I'll say, this is great. You're doing lots of really entertaining stuff and really inspirational stuff, but you're never asking people to work with you. You're never asking them to buy your product or to sign up to your program. And so similarly, I've got other clients who do the opposite. They're spending way too much time broadcasting and telling us all about their programs and what they're doing, but they're never engaging in conversation. They're never really just offering value. They're just asking for something in return. So make sure you do a variety of things. You do mainly giving. So that's why I call it give, give, get. It's kind of the rule of thirds. You want to give more than you're asking for the get. So here's a quick screenshot of something I posted on Facebook about an event that I was doing. But instead of saying, buy your ticket to my event, right? Instead of saying it like that, I'm saying, I'm thrilled to be involved with this Connecting for a Cause networking event for women in business, right? So the tone of it is like almost, I'm humbled, I'm honored, I'm thrilled. And then I paint the vision. It's going to be an evening full of fun and inspiration, as well as making a difference. So I'm kind of telling them what's in it for them. Like, why would they want to come? Well, it's going to be fun. It's going to be inspirational. And you're going to be able to help us make a difference. And then I tell them the goal. We're aiming to raise over $10,000 for Shine, reducing domestic violence in New Zealand. And so this event has passed. We actually raised $10,000. We raised $7,000 on the night. And so we're slowly working our way towards our goal of $10,000. But I think we did pretty awesome, and I'm really happy with that. But you see what I mean? This is a good example of a call to action post, but the way I'm talking about it is not super salesy, and that's really important. Okay, so here's a great example of this is something that I created using Canva, which is a free online tool, kind of like Photoshop for beginners. This is about my networking night, and I've got a picture of myself. I've got a picture of Natalie Sisson, who's going to be the keynote speaker. But what I wanted to draw your attention to is in the bottom left. I've just added this little slash down the side, a little color burst that says book now. And that's really that's the clincher. That's the call to action. So if I was to post this on Facebook, I would also have some words, some copy above it, but this is what they would see in the image. Now, if I wanted to make it into a Facebook ad, this is way too many words and it wouldn't pass Facebook's guidelines. So I'd need to strip it down a bit, create a different version of that image. So one of the messages with the whole give, give, get is to give them a window into who you are as a person. Now, this is a screenshot of my YouTube channel. I'm super happy to put my face out there and talk, off the cuff and stuff like that. If you're not really into doing YouTube with your face, you can actually do behind the scenes or demonstration or how-to type videos where you're not just doing that talking head. You're actually telling them something, so it's more of a voiceover situation. Maybe you prefer to upload video straight to Facebook. Right now in 2015, video is huge and it's getting a lot more reach than if you were to just grab the link from YouTube. The thing you need to do is to upload the video directly onto Facebook, straight from your phone or straight from your computer, and it's going to get a lot more reach. You also want to make sure at some stage that you're telling your authentic story. Okay, this is a great example here of Julie Basali, who's one of my friends. She used to come to my business coffee group. She was one of the clients in the early days, and she recently told her story, and it just went completely viral. She did a great job of including photos with the amount. Basically, she's showing her post-baby body and telling it from her. You don't bounce back straight away, and it's okay. And parenthood is hard, and so she got a great response from that. You don't have to go doing that same thing. You can keep your T-shirt on essentially, but just think about, what is your story? Like, why did you begin your business in the first place? And how can you kind of share that vision with other people? So that's really the end of tip number 2, which is all about give, get. Secret number 3 is to use cool apps and tools. So right here, I'm showcasing just a few of my favorites at the moment, which I'm going to talk through in a bit more detail. Some of them. This is a great example of what WordSwag can do for you. This is an app you can download to your phone. It allows you to put really funky text on top of backgrounds or on top of images that you've taken. So you can take a photo and then do some text, and you can attribute it to yourself, your website down the bottom. So it's a really great way to do quick and easy content. What I usually do is I'll do a WordSwag, I'll pop it onto Instagram, and I'll just click the button and send it through to my Facebook page as well. If you're into video, you might be interested in the hottest thing that's happening on social media right now, which is live stream video. So this is essentially makes you a reporter. It basically makes anyone around the world able to do a live broadcast, and people around the world can watch it. So it's a free app you can download to your phone. Like I said, it's live. So it's not a pre-recorded video that you get to vet and post it later. It's actually live, which for some people is exciting and for other people is totally scary. It is linked to Twitter, which is great. It means when you go live on Periscope, automatically Twitter will tweet out that you are doing a broadcast, and you'll have various people come and watch you. It's really easy to do, but there's definitely some things you want to make sure you consider before going live. So I invite you to go to the GoToGirl website, gotogirlsocialmedia.com or gotogirl.co.nz. And I've got an opt-in there that if you just pop your email address in, I will send you my free PDF telling you 6 mistakes you don't want to make on Periscope. So I definitely recommend checking that out before you go live on Periscope. Another new thing, which is probably definitely really super hot right now, is Blab. Now Blab, think of it like group Skype. You've got 4 faces on the screen, and off to the right-hand side, you've got comments floating up. And what you can do with Blab is you can go on there and you can watch other people's conversations, and you can engage by commenting, and you can press put your mouse onto their name, or if you're watching on your phone, you simply tap their name and you can view their profile and you can follow them. Hopefully you'll also get people following you as well. Then when you're ready, you can host a Blab, or you can be a guest on somebody else's Blab and get interviewed. And again, showcase your knowledge and expertise, give great value, and then when it's appropriate, you can get something back in return by promoting your latest product or service or whatever. Again, not in a super salesy way, but just in a really helpful way. And that's going to make a big difference for your business. So if you're the type of person that likes the idea or loves the idea of having your face out there and being able to answer questions off the cuff, then Blab is perfect for you. Otherwise, you can just watch Periscopes and Blabs, but never actually go live yourself, and you can still learn a lot, and you can still get some new followers for yourself as well. So there you go. Very quick little blurb on Periscope and Blab. If you want to learn more, GoToGirl podcast number 97 is all about how to use Periscope and Blab to grow your audience and make more sales. So definitely check that out. If you go to gotogirlsocialmedia.com/97, you can listen to that episode and you can see the show notes in the blog. Okay, so the next tip is that you really want to repurpose your content as well. So if you're going to go to the trouble of doing a Periscope or a Blab, then it makes great sense to actually upload it onto your YouTube channel so that people can watch it time and time again. So this is really a screenshot of my YouTube where I've done 3 tips for juggling the mother load and another one on how to get your business to stand out on social media. Another one of my favorite tools at the moment is Zoom.us. So Zoom allows you to interview other people This is actually me interviewing Amanda Betts, where she's sitting in my home office in my studio. But similarly, I've done tons of Zooms where I interview someone who's in America or who lives in the other side of the country or the other side of the city, and they're just sitting there on their computer. It's really easy. All you need to do is send someone the link, so it's super easy for both users. So whether you're the one driving the conversation or you're bringing a guest on. But Zoom is also great for coaching. So if you've got a client or a couple of clients, you can coach them all at the same time. So for my ladies in my mastermind groups, I coach them live using Zoom, but it's not public. So what we do is then I record the whole thing, I upload it to YouTube, I make it an unlisted video, and I pop the link back into our private Facebook group. So that's another way to repurpose content, is to use zoom.us. Secret number 4 is to know and target your niche. So one of the things I talked about at the very beginning of this presentation was know who your people are, right? And be where they are on social media. Yes, totally important. So I really invite you to ask yourself, who is your red carpet client? Now, this is a term that my friend and mentor, Natalie Sisson, the suitcase entrepreneur, she uses this term, the red carpet client. Who do you just completely love working with, right? So if that's hard for you to imagine, then just think of like some 3 or 4 or 5 clients that you've worked with in the past who you just completely loved working with them, right? They raved about you, they paid on time, they told their friends how great you were, they applied the advice that you gave them, or they loved your product and they came back for more, whatever it may be, right? Have a real think about who your red carpet client is and really target in, really hone in on that. So not just women age 35 to 47, but more specifically, where does she shop? What car does she drive? How old are her kids? And so that is so useful, not only for when you're targeting Facebook ads, because if you know she shops at Faro, or you know she shops, at Macy's, you can target those Facebook pages. But similarly, when you're crafting your email or when you're writing your Facebook posts, you can talk to her with these things in mind, and you can talk about the things that she cares about. And then it's really going to resonate with her rather than trying to please everyone and being super generic. You can target your niche, like I said, using Facebook ads. You can create custom audiences. You can target your website visitors by getting the Facebook pixel on your website, and then you can create ads where you're basically targeting anyone who's visited your website in the past 180 days. How cool is that? You can also target people that have visited your freebie, your opt-in, but maybe they never filled it out. Maybe they didn't put their email down, but the fact that they clicked that link, you can target them as well, and so that they see your Facebook ad for your product or service. Similarly, you can also upload and target your email database on Facebook. So if you've got people who just have email overwhelm, like myself, and they're way more likely to see things on Facebook, you can actually target them and make sure that they see your ad. You can also create lookalike audiences. So there's so much to be said for Facebook ads, and it's a whole nother workshop and webinar altogether. But I just want you to know that this is all part of really honing in on who your ideal client is, what they look like, where they shop, what do they love doing, so that you can target them with your Facebook ads so that you can help them, right, with your product or service. It comes back to your so that. So you've heard me talk before about the 20% text rule. So another great tool that I love is the grid checker, which basically allows you to upload your ad before you put it into Facebook. And then you simply just click the squares where your text is, and it will let you know if you've got over 20% text. And if you do, then you know that Facebook's going to say, basically, they're going to decline your ad, and that's kind of bad points towards your Facebook account. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to upload lots and lots of Facebook ads that get declined, because they could freeze your account. So it's really worth the 5 extra minutes or 3 extra minutes to simply upload your image first, do the grid checker, and then make sure it passes that 20% text rule. I think this image here was 16% text, so it was fine and it was able to pass. So another thought on retargeted Facebook ads, make sure you choose an image that evokes emotion, right? We want people to stop the scroll. We want to stand out in the newsfeed. These on the right-hand side are 2 great examples of ads. I love the one at the bottom because the colors really pop. And that bit of text that she has obviously is within the 20% text rule, or else it wouldn't be there. And so that one really stands out for me. The one above is, it's cool as well, but it doesn't stand out quite so much for me. You want to use contrasting colors. You want a headline that attracts. And you want to do some split testing. So split testing, I mean, I don't want to get too detailed because we could go into lots of detail here, but very short, the essence of split testing is to trial, for example, 3 different photos with the exact same audience in the exact same headline and the exact same everything else. The only thing you're changing is the image. And then after 1 or 2 days of that ad being live, you then basically delete the images that are not converting. So the images that where the click through is really expensive or people just aren't even clicking it. So that's in very short, that is what split testing is all about. But Facebook ads is an art and it definitely takes some refinement. And if you join my mastermind group, then you can learn all about it. You also want to check your insights to make sure that you know what's working and what's not working. So what you don't want to do is set up an ad, run it for a week and not even look at it. Because you want to be able to go in there, see what's going on and then tweak it. Okay. The other thing we want to make sure you do is to grow and nurture your list. So what I'm talking about is an email list. So even if you have, let's say 500 or 5,000 likes on Facebook on your business page, we want to make sure that you've got more than that you can reach people in other ways, right? And that, like, let's say Facebook just died tomorrow, make sure that you're not going to lose all your people. So we want to make sure that we can get their Facebook, get their email address into our database, whether you're using MailChimp or Aweber or something different. Usually what people will do is they'll have a lead magnet, what's also called a freebie or a free giveaway or an opt-in. It's all the same thing. Basically saying, here's this really helpful and relevant thing. And in exchange, all you need to do is give me your email address. So you will have seen lots of people doing things like that. Top tips, free ebooks, a checklist, 10% off discount when you order from their store, etc. They're all the same type of thing. It's basically give me your email address and I'll give you this helpful, relevant thing. Another way to nurture your list is to have a video thank you page. So once they do sign up, instead of just sending an email, if it redirects to a video thank you page, then they're going to get to know you a little bit more. Even if it's not your face, even if it's just a PowerPoint with some voiceover. Then you can nurture them by having a series of autoresponders, which are emails that you just set up once. And then whoever signs up for your list, they get drip fed these emails. So if you go to my Go-To Girl website and sign up for my either the Periscope lead magnet or just fill out the box that asks you to get free social media updates, you will get from me usually a series of 6 emails over, I think it's a 14-day period, just as a one-off. That's just kind of your get to know you series. And then after that, you'll probably get a fortnightly, which means once every 2 weeks, I'll send you some sort of helpful, friendly, relevant email where I'm also asking for the sale. So the email autoresponder sequence is really, really crucial, right? So if people sign up to your newsletter, we don't want them just to get once a month newsletter. It's just not enough. It's not going to do it. If you want to learn more, get in touch. Okay. And secret number 5 is to bring them home and nurture them there. Okay. So it's all good and well spending lots of time on social media. But one of the secrets and the final secret to social media success is remember your goal. You actually want them to buy from you, whether your product or service. So bring them on home to your website. If you don't have a website, that's fine. Bring them on home to wherever they can book an appointment or buy something, whether it's straight away on Shopify, on Facebook, wherever it may be. Bring them home so they can get to know you a bit more and they can buy from you. So whether they found you on Pinterest and then they clicked an image and came through to your website, or whether they found you on social media because you wrote a blog and they clicked it and they came through to your website, or whether they filled in your opt-in and they found out about you on the thank you page, or whether they just saw you on Facebook and they're following you. You want to make sure that when they do come to your website, this is one of my clients, Claire from Dom's Kitchen. She's all about paleo, helping parents become paleo with their kids. Make sure you've got consistent branding between your Facebook page and your website. So that's really important. And when they do land on your website, make sure there's somewhere that they can sign up so that you guys can keep in touch. Also, make sure that you've got some clear pricing and packaging. So this is a little quick screenshot from my Go-To Girl website where I basically show you, like, these are the 3 ways you can work with me. And then people click those buttons and it takes them through to get a bit more information. So one of the tips I give people when I work with them is to make sure you've got a few different price points. So if you have something, I call it high volume, low price, which means lots of people can do it and it's not that expensive. So for me, the example is my online community. It's 29 American or 47 New Zealand dollars a month, and lots of people can do it. So it's not that expensive compared to other ways of working with me. It's pretty super affordable. It's amazing knowledge, and if you fully tap into it, you get like ridiculous amounts of really helpful content to grow your business. Okay, so something that is a high volume, low price point. So check with your own business. Do you have something like that? Lots of people can buy it, and it's not that expensive. On the other side of things, excuse me, you want to have something that not as many people can do, and it's got a higher price tag. So for me, the example is my influencers mastermind group, where I only have 8 spots available, and it's much more expensive, but they get way more TLC. They get way more specific information for their business, and they get way more access to me daily for their business. And so things are going to happen for their business way faster than they are in the other group. So for you and your business, we want to make sure that you've got kind of something at the either end of the spectrum to make sure that you're serving your people and you're also keeping a nice amount of money coming into your business. Now, you also want to make sure that you have niche offerings for your niche. So when I wrote my parenting book, it was all about parents with children age 5 and under. And so that book was perfect for them. So just make sure that you know who your people are and that you niche your offerings. Make sure when people come to your website that there's some way that you can capture their email address. I've already mentioned this. This is a great example. If you're a product-based business, then often signing up for a monthly giveaway or a 10% discount is a really great way to go. On your website, make sure that when they come, they can follow you and they can share. So on the left-hand side here, this is called the social share buttons, where if they want to tell people about this great blog that I wrote, they can click one of those, which is different from the social follow buttons. Okay. What we don't want is we don't want people to click the Facebook icon on your website and leave you forever. What is better is to get the Facebook likes box, put that on your website, and that way they can like your Facebook page without even going away. We want them to stay on your website because that's where everything happens. That's where the action is. So that, right, we want them to stay there, and we want them to be able to follow you on social media so that you can achieve your goal for them and for yourself. So just in summary, the 5 secrets checklist is know your so that for you as well as for your clients. Be sure that you're getting. So on social media, make sure you're being helpful and friendly and generous. You're giving advice, you're giving great links to different blogs and videos, but make sure you're also getting something back in return. And that goes for business. It also goes for life. Make sure in life you are giving out energy and being helpful, but you're also filling your own cup and getting something back in return. And I call that me time and be time. Okay, make sure you're using cool apps and tools so that you can make really beautiful images without wasting too much time and stress. I mentioned WordSwag. There was also Image Chef, which I love. I mentioned Zoom.us. Also, remember to know and target who your niche is. I talked about Facebook ads. I talked about know who that she is, where she shops, what she drives, how many kids, all that. And then, of course, bring them home to your website. So, if all that sounds really interesting to you but slightly overwhelming, then I can definitely help you to have more in your business. So what I'd love to invite you to do now is just take a moment to write down 3 things that you're going to do as a result of watching this presentation, 3 things that you're going to do for your business, 3 action steps that you're going to take. So it might be, okay, I'm going to download the WordSwag app to my phone, or I'm going to sign up for Periscope because I think that's really cool. Or it might be, oh my gosh, I do not have consistent branding between my Pinterest account and my Facebook page and my website. So I'm going to go and update my photos. Something simple like that. So I want you to go now and just write down 3 action steps that you're going to take for your business to just take things a little bit more towards that social media success. And so if you're wondering about how I can help you more with your business, I actually do one-on-one coaching with only a very small number of clients, but I do offer a few times a month. I have a few days that I set aside what I call a VIP half day. So you can spend 4 hours with me. If you live in Auckland, we can do it in the in here face to face. If you live outside of Auckland, then easily we can do this using Zoom or using Skype, and we just usually break it into two-hour sessions. I also have a 6-month coaching package. And what I found is that people will get all excited. They get all sorts of ideas from me. But then unless I hold their hand and hold them accountable and check in, then they often it just goes into the to-do list and they never really do it. So I really invite you, if you're serious about stepping up with your business, then the 6-month coaching package might be for you. And similarly, I also have my Mastermind, which I'll tell you about in a minute. If you prefer to do things on your own, I have my 7 Secrets to Social Media and Networking course. It's a series of 14 plus videos and checklists that help you to just get your social media and networking in ship shape to grow your business. And finally, I have the Influencers Mastermind group. So I mentioned before, I've got my online community, my $47 a month one. Well, the Influencers is the other one. So this is the one for women entrepreneurs who have a burning desire to make a real difference in the world. Those are the women who I'm looking for. I want to surround myself with those women so that I can exponentially impact the world. Right? But it's really important. They want to have a huge impact, but they also want to look after themselves. We do not want you to run yourself into the ground just because you're trying to grow your business and make a difference. We also want you to be able to have that lifestyle that you dreamed of, the lifestyle that's on your dream board. So that's what the Influencers is all about. If you're interested in that, it's application only. You can check it out. Go to girlssocialmedia.com/influencers. It'll give you a bit more information, and then you just simply click through and fill out the application. And then we have a bit of a Skype chat and see if it's a good fit. So you can have a look at that. So if you've got any questions, then, and if you're watching this as a replay, then you can definitely message me. The best way to get in touch with me is probably to private message me on the Go To Girl Social Media and Networking Facebook page. You can message me there. That's probably the best way to get in touch. Or you can comment below on the blog. Awesome. Thanks so much, guys. There we go. I hope you enjoyed the 5 secrets to social media success. By all means, go ahead, take action. And if you need a little bit more help in your business, you want to have more fun and more flow, then definitely get in touch and we'll see how I can help you.